Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Paedon Brown. He is the son of Christine and Cody Brown from Sister Wives. Really quick, I just got to put this out there. My daughter and my son, they both have a little bit of a cold. They have a cough. If you hear them coughing in the background, they have medication and they are with their dad while mommy works. So don't worry about them, but you guys may hear the coughing in the background. If you do, I apologize. So on this recent TikTok stream, Paedon Brown gave credit to the show Sister Wives for basically saving he and his siblings from living a miserable life, and also talks about how if it wouldn't been for the show opening them up to a whole new world and them kind of getting kicked out of the religion they were in, that his sister Mariah would have been shunned by the church as well as by the family, that they probably would have excommunicated her. Like they probably would have just never spoke to her again due to the fact that she was gay. So in this stream, like I said, he credits Sister Wives for saving him from an unhappy life of polygamous marriage as well as religious repression. He says, I kind of know exactly what my life would be like without Sister Wives. I'd have one wife. I'd probably be courting a second wife. I'd probably have 3 kids by now, maybe just 2. I'd be going to church every single day and I would be miserable, honestly. Paedon stated that once his family appeared on the show, his world was opened up. Now, this is likely due to the fact that appearing on Sister Wives resulted in Cody and his wives and the kids being excommunicated from their church, the Apostolic United Brethren, AUB. Around 2017, the Browns were kicked out of their church after Mary's catfishing scandal played out publicly on the show. However, the family had allegedly been on thin ice with the church ever since the show began in 2010. So Paedon believes that his family would still be living by the AUB rules and standards had they not been kicked out of the show due to being on the show Sister Wives. Now, Christine revealed during season 16 that she had left the AUB faith years ago, but it is believed that the rest of the Brown adults are still privately practicing at least the beliefs of the AUB. He also stated that his siblings' lives would be very different as well had the show never happened. Many of the Brown family children, they, grew up and they moved to different states, which according to Paedon would have never happened had the show not happened. He said, we'd probably be living in the same city where we were when the show started. We probably wouldn't have left the city without Sister Wives. He also stated that his sister Mariah, who came out as gay a few years back, he stated that she probably would be living a completely different life now had it not been for the show. In the earlier seasons, when Mariah was a teenager, she was very adamant that she wanted to live a polygamous lifestyle, just like her parents. I can't even imagine that for Mariah. Like, knowing the life that she lives, I cannot even imagine Mariah, like, with a husband who has multiple wives. I can't see that for her. Paedon said she would probably hate her life, simply being a lesbian woman. She would be hated in the religious community that we had to be part of. So most of us probably would have shunned her if we stayed in said community. Thanks to Sister Wives, we got out of said community and our worlds opened up by a lot. Mariah would have been shunned for simply being born the way that she was. Now, Mariah and Paedon, they publicly feuded over the past few years, and in this TikTok live, Paedon stated that he hopes that one day they can resolve their issues, which they're siblings. I hope so as well. And maybe even him coming out to say this and kind of speak up in her defense. Like, I'm glad this didn't happen because I feel like my sister would be miserable as well. Maybe this can kind of be like some sort of gateway for them to start working and mending their relationship. But I can see exactly like what he means. Like, they were kicked out of the church due to Mary's catfishing scandal. Now, before that, just for being on the show and bringing attention to this lifestyle, they were on thin ice with the AUB. Their church was like, we don't want this attention because what you guys are doing, you're going to bring like the forces down on this polygamous lifestyle, on our religion. And now, they lived in Utah. The police started kind of keeping an eye out even more so. And that's why Cody and his wives, they left. Because the police knew exactly what they were about. They knew that Cody had multiple wives, so they had to leave. And had they watched the family for any sort of time to see who they were interacting with, where they were going for church or anything, and they started investigating anybody else, it could have kind of brought the whole thing down, right? So the church didn't like the fact that they were on the show. They considered them on thin ice, you know, when they started the show in 2010. And then as things progressed, and then Mary with the catfisher scandal, they were like, oh, no, you're out. Because obviously that scandal is not going to be okay within their church, right? So they kicked them out, and that's when the kids, their world was really opened up. They got to move to a place where that was not the norm, and the norm was one man, one woman, and kids kind of growing up and doing their own thing, and they move and they kind of be with who they want to be with and things such as that, which, you know, they started making friends who lived that sort of lifestyle. Before that, their only friends were in the AUB. So all their friends grew up into that lifestyle as well. So they got to make new friends that, you know, they had a normal lifestyle, whatever. And it opened them up to that as well. So I definitely think he's right. I definitely think if they would have stayed there, that he would be married, probably courting a second wife, a few children. And Mariah, she would be with a man who is probably courting or dating another woman, or married to another woman. Who knows? So yeah, being a part of the show definitely changed their life, right? And according to him, you know, he says for the better, because he would have been miserable. He said, I would have been miserable if that would have been my lifestyle. Right now, he's single from what I think he's single. Is he single? I have to double check that. But he has a lot of fun on TikTok. Like, he's a really cool guy, nice looking guy, you know, but he don't have to worry about living this certain lifestyle or being shunned from his family. Because from my understanding, like he said, it wouldn't have been just the church that had shunned Mariah. It would have been the family as well, because they would have been stuck in these beliefs, and they would have thought Mariah's in the wrong and we don't want to communicate with her. So that would have happened for everyone. If they would have grown up and went their own way, they would have been shunned by their family and their church. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.